Yeah, Monday. What's up, everybody? Monday morning. Welcome to this edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We're going to do what we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Look at our four major markets and then take a look at our stock of the day. So let's get going. Starting with the big picture, the S&P is up 2 this morning. The Nasdaq is up 46, and we're really just kind of hovering around our all-time highs. Now the S&P is doing what it should be doing, basing just before the all-time high. Means that I have a decent entry on a breakout above this level, and the basing actually helps us with the breakout above this level. We've got two touches. A third touch would be quality basing before then price moving higher. Now, if we do get a bit of a pullback, we have a little level here on a 15-minute chart right down in there. It's a little rally-based rally above a pivot low where we could see a bit of a reversal. So that would be the best level that I think for the ES would be reversing down somewhere in that area. As far as the bigger picture of the S&P goes, we are continuing to rally higher on lower volume. So be a little bit cautious with the lower volume that we're entering in. We're in significantly lower volume territory, which definitely does matter. Looking at the NASDAQ, very similar picture. If I move the NASDAQ to the daily chart, you'll see that the NASDAQ is sitting right at the all-time high. We're not quite there yet, but we could get there anytime today. And we're basing there kind of close to the level. The more basing we get, the better the breakout opportunity becomes. On a bit of a pullback, we did get a little area here last night that I thought would make for a good retest, but price didn't make it all the way back to that zone. And then none of this overnight stuff was really very strong. So we're still looking for the breakout as the best setup and as the best trade. We may get a retest back to one of these smaller levels, and then you've got an entry for price to continue to go higher. Crude oil. So looking at crude oil is coming to a daily supply level. And the daily supply level, you've got to go back a while to find that daily supply level's origin. But we definitely are coming to a daily supply. You can see this little rally base, very nice drop. And so if I move forward in time to where we are right now, you can see that we're approaching that area of supply. So from a swing trade perspective, it might make sense that we would see price drop, but I would need it to be a confirmation entry with price getting halfway into the level and then getting short as it comes out of the level because it's going against the big picture trend. From a day trading perspective, we are starting to get a bit of a move down. I'm not trusting the day trading perspective for a potential short. Right? I'd much rather follow the big picture trend. If I'm trading intraday, my big picture trend is still up. And so we want to look to buy on pullbacks to quality areas of demand. And last night when we were looking at this, there wasn't really any quality demand areas. We were sitting right here last night when we were looking at it. Well, that did actually create its own quality little level here, 70.97 by 70.81. As a decent entry, I think, for price to get back in. And then gold, looking at gold is continuing its sell-off. We looked last night at a potential breakdown here in gold and a retest. Our little level here on the 15-minute chart. Let me go back to the 15-minute because this is the level that we were looking at last night. Unfortunately, never came back into our zone. Continued to sell off throughout the night. And did not come back to our 15-minute level. The level's still very valid, but unfortunately didn't come back. Now, some of you may have been around and took a bit of a breakdown, but I didn't have a breakdown trade set up because I didn't have the basing necessary. I've got 1, 2 touches right here. I didn't have the basing necessary to get me an in. So unfortunately, this is just one that, yeah, we got a big move overnight, but there was no real trade there for me. When I look at this on the daily chart, this is a pretty decent pullback, and we're closing in on some daily demand that might be a good area with an opportunity to get long. If I look at this on a much bigger scale, like a weekly, then that's, a rally up and a bit of a rest that usually comes into something going higher. Look for a potential reversal candlestick pattern to form this week, and then for an opportunity to get higher if we we get higher than that particular setup. So I would love to see a reversal candlestick pattern happen this week, and then you can go candle to candle on a weekly chart for a position trade for price to continue to move higher. Now, as we're seeing strength in the U.S. dollar, we're certainly seeing weakness in the gold markets, so that is something to consider as well. So those are our equity and commodity markets for today. Next, let's take a look at our stock of the day. So our stock of the day is going to be Baidu, and Baidu is it's a picture of a head and shoulders, right? I mean, that's a very pretty head and shoulders pattern where it's already broken below that head and shoulders, and the next real good price area for demand in my mind is down here at about 150. Well, we are sitting just above a potential breakdown point right here at 175 as we are putting in quite the descending triangle. Now, you say, well, Chuck, that's still pretty far away. Why would that be your stock of the day? Well, if I look at Friday's price action is that of some sideways movement. And this morning we're trading up a bit around the 188.66 by 188.70. So that tells me that I'm going to take a look and see where might we get a better entry. Well, if I slide down to the hourly chart, I'm okay if you want to get in just below here. I think that's actually a really smart entry, is just below here with your stop somewhere up above this region. This allows you to get into the big picture move, which is the daily, on small time frame risk, which is the hourly. And so if it continues to run, that means that in my mind, you've got a target. Target one certainly is going to be 2-to-1, but your target in my mind is down here around 150, where I think that you could see price going. So that's our stock of the day. Hopefully that one makes sense to you. Now, real quick, if you are brand new to the world of the daily market commentary, please make sure that you like and subscribe what it is we do. And until tomorrow, everybody, I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the only way the computers know that you're actually alive and really care. And go to tradersarmy.com today to learn a bit more. And if you want to see some of our other videos, click here in the box.